War in Ukraine continues to alter life of civilians as they know it. People from East and South Ukraine flee their homes for the West and neighboring countries. But in the midst of the crisis, human kindness continues to prevail. 23 ABC's Kristen Barton spoke with a Bakersfield organization and their partners in Ukraine to find out what they're doing to meet the basic human needs of refugees.
What you think about more than anything else is saving your life when you're in the middle of such crisis and trying to escape war. And then when you're in a safer place, you think about everything you lost there.
Irina Pesaryanka has been through this before. Russia's invasion of eastern Ukraine in 2014, causing her to flee Mariupol, where she grew up, to Kyiv. She eventually relocated to Lviv. But the hardship did not take away her hope or compassion. She's been working on the ground, providing shelter and transportation the first 2 weeks of the war for those planning to go to neighboring countries like Poland and Romania. Irina and her translator Volodya Kocho and their spouses even slept in their hallways to accommodate refugees fleeing from the South and East Ukraine during that time.
Now when I work with people in the same situation, I try to explain to them that not everything is lost and you can still go on. Through administering to others, you can find your next phase in the next period of life.
Irina says that with 300,000 refugees fleeing to Lviv from South and Eastern Ukraine, there are many that have shelter, but need medical supplies, mental health support, and food. Irina is doing all this work as the current director for Future for Children Ukraine, in partnership with Bakersfield-based nonprofit Children to Love International.
We're a Christian organization, and we believe in the foundation that God loves the least of these.
That's Children to Love International's president, John Penrose. That organization helps 800 children, spanning the 5 countries they work in, with their local partnering organizations in Romania, Uganda, India, Thailand, and Ukraine.
A gentleman here who had been involved in our work in Romania, and he had retired from an oil company. He decided he wanted to move to Ukraine. He went there, saw huge needs, met Irina and some others, and the ministry and the work of Future for Children began.
Their Director of Development and Strategic Partnerships, Victor Popa, says they've even partnered with 3 churches in Lviv, providing shelter and basic needs, and are working to help refugees who have fled from Ukraine to Romania. 6 to 8 churches here in Bakersfield helping them regularly with their outreach.
Much of the work that we do with churches here in the U.S., we take teams on short-term trips to help with our work in all of the countries, and many of those people that live in this community here have personal relationship with Irina in Romania, Bogdan and the staff in both Romania and Ukraine, and the children. So I think for many of them, this is something personal.